Hello and welcome to this 35th episode. This is our Thanksgiving edition of the Denver Homes Market Report. Last couple weeks, I have been hammering home all the elements of this perfect storm of a late season, being one of the most remarkable late seasons I have seen in quite some time. In fact, in my 17 plus years in real estate, I have never seen all these stars align for sellers. If you're a homeowner and you're thinking in the next 3 to 5 years from now, you'll be selling your home, well, I strongly urge you to go back and listen to episodes 33 and 34, because we have not seen a winter season like this one since I have been in real estate, and may not see this again. The spring season in this 2020 was shot. I mean shot. There were so many plans in life that were put on hold, and listing your home in May and or June for many sellers was just not something they wanted to do. So this winter season is shaping up to be an amazing one for home sellers. And you know what? Buyers are not left out in the cold either. I mean, locking in 30-year fixed rates below 3%. That's something to be thankful for. So why not? Our sellers are commanding higher prices, and our buyers are qualifying to purchase more home due to the crazy low rates. That's a win-win for both my sellers and my buyers. This week, though, we are really looking forward to 2021. I mean, we have a new president coming into power. We have what appear to be some really effective vaccines in the final stages of their studies and reviews. I, for one, am looking forward to that darn shot in the arm or two. I mean, I'll take it. I'm all for getting this virus at least somewhat in check. So I know the vaccines will take time to distribute. However, I am optimistic about our future. I'm pretty certain once we start rolling these out, at least these 3 promising vaccines that are in a pretty short period of time. In fact, I predict by this time next year, this virus will be on its way out of our lives. Maybe not for good, and maybe not to a point that we can totally let our guard down, but hopefully to a point where we are managing this outbreak in ways we have failed to do so up to this point. So yes, hunker down this holiday season. In fact, today is Thanksgiving and we are here at home. No big gatherings, no going out for drinks last night, no jamming the stores for Black Friday, none of those norms. We did not travel, just a quiet family meal with our immediate circle. Got some music playing, little football going in the basement and the TV, and I'm going to get my podcast out there and produced. Then it's time to reflect on this past year with all the setbacks we have endured. But what this year has also brought us is just knowing simple things in life are the most treasured. I can't speak for everyone, of course, but I have one figured out. We can find happiness and even thrive with much less than perhaps just a short time ago we felt we needed. My family has been extremely lucky. Yes, we have had to make some pretty drastic changes in the way we conduct our daily lives. My husband, being a professor, now does his classes remotely. And me, selling real estate, have had to adapt in order to conduct business while keeping my clients as safe as possible, as well as not bringing the virus home to my family. So this has meant we conduct more distanced protocols. I have launched my podcast, which is something I have wanted to do for years and just never took time to put the show together. Now, here we are, publishing my 35th episode on Thanksgiving Day 2020. So we adapt, we make changes, and we push forward with our lives. I mean, we all know this is not the end. So the best thing we can do is deal with the circumstances, which are directly in front of us, while we also don't let those blinders block our overall outlook on life. We need to take this challenge for the massive opportunity that it is. I mean, we could just put our lives on hold, not move an inch. Or do we keep moving along with ourselves, keeping ourselves as safe as possible? I mean, everybody's lives have different circumstances. And of course, we all have bills to pay, whether that be a rent payment or mortgage, the lights, the water bills. I mean, we can all cut the cable bill. We can all be more vigilant with using power and water. But bottom line, we all need a source of income to keep the basics going and food on the table. So I know everyone is working hard and finding ways to make that happen for themselves and for their families. Today, I want to take time and speak directly to you. You know who you are. Come on, you're the home shopper, not a home buyer just yet, but you have it in the back of your mind. Maybe you're thinking this spring season. Perhaps you're a listener of my podcast and you know the rates are below 3%. And just maybe you're taking this holiday weekend to stay safe at home and browse some pictures online, looking at what the current inventory of homes looks like. Well, first off, let me give you the perfect site for looking at homes. Go to the local Denver resource. My website was created in Denver for Denver, and my website host is also based right here in Denver. So you get a seamless online searching experience. Check out my site, www.denverhomesmarket.com. I mean, you're already a listener to the Denver Homes Market Report podcast. I mean, you're listening right now. Okay, it's Thanksgiving, and I'm going to share something with you today that I only share with my clients. I mean, I can't let all my 17 years of experience and secrets get into the wrong hands. So please, this is for you, my podcast listeners only. Don't go telling everybody my secret here. I love ugly pictures. If you are a client of mine and you're a buyer, then you already know I love ugly pictures. Now, if I'm representing you on the sale of your home, that script is flipped. I mean, not only do I want your home to have the most amazing professional photography imaginable, I only hire the very best Denver has to offer, and that is orchestrated light professional photography. I do not compromise or skimp on your marketing when it comes to putting your home in its best light. In fact, when you call me to represent you in the sale of your home, I pay for the full marketing suite, which includes your photography and the very best virtual tours expertly shot by the professionals at Orchestrated Light. So why the double standards, right? I mean, if you're my buyer, I hope everyone's photos are subpar. But when it comes to my listings, I only hire the best. You may want an explanation here. Okay, here goes. The reason I love ugly pictures for my home buyers is this. Most people who are thinking of buying a home in the near future start where? Online, of course. I would even venture to say, this day and age, 100% of home shoppers start on some national site. First off, just know, when you are on one of those national home search websites, you are being data mined. Those sites are designed to extract as much personal information from you as possible. They are designed to keep you on the site and slowly get you to give information freely. And as you do, they are also building a profile of you, the homes you look at, the areas, the price ranges, etc. They then sell your information to the highest bidder. I mean, that is, after all, how they make money. They do not sell real estate as their main business model. They sell you and your information to realtors and mortgage lenders, etc. We'll talk more on that subject in a few minutes. But first, let's explain my love affair with ugly photography. It was Chris's birthday the other day, and I asked him to listen to my podcast. So I want to make him laugh just a little on this post-birthday / Thanksgiving special. Chris Weber, he is the owner and the lead photographer at Orchestrated Light Photography. So when you're working with me as a buyer, you are going to hear this little advice. Do not look at the pictures first. And why do I say that? Because that is what everyone does. They skim through 2, maybe 3 pictures, and if the pictures are subpar, they move on to the next listing. It's like one of those bad dating sites. I want you as my buyer to think a little bit differently. When you start looking at listings online, before you look at the pictures, I want you to look at the description. Yes, I know, it sucks, right? I'm asking you to read the description. How many bedrooms and bathrooms? Is there parking or is there a garage? How many square feet? Take a look at the map. Is it near a main road where it could be maybe too noisy for your taste? Does the backyard back up to a main road? These features red flags for you? Where is the nearest grocery store, coffee house, or restaurant? Whatever your own personal goals in finding your new home, everybody is different. But take just 2 minutes. Yes, I know what you're thinking. In 2 minutes, you can swipe through a dozen listings. But slow down. This is your home. It's not some online dating site. So ask yourself some questions. Read the descriptions. Make note of the things that are important to you about your next home. Okay, now go look at the pictures. And as you do, I want you to make note. Is the photography professional? Is there good lighting, proper proportions? Were the correct angles shot, etc.? Or did somebody walk around with their cell phone and take pictures of their seller's dirty laundry, dingy knickknacks? The ones where the photos don't feel the screen and they're dark and you can barely see the kitchen past the dirty dishes. Okay, this, my friends, might be a goldmine. Did you answer yes to all the questions you asked yourself about this home? Was it close to work? Appear to be a quiet street? Have the correct number of bedrooms and bathrooms? Had that nice private backyard with a 2-car garage and even a little area for your workshop? If the home sounded great until you got to the pictures, then was it the pictures that were terrible? Or was it the house really just terrible? Do not move on to the next listing just yet. Call me. Let's go look at this home and see if it's really a lousy home or perhaps just lousy pictures. Here's my theory. Say a particular home could have had maybe 10 fully engaged qualified buyers in its pool of online shoppers. Out of that 10, who would have potentially called their realtor to go look at the home? But 7 of those simply went to the first 2, maybe 3 pictures, swiped through them, and moved on. Your chances of buying a great home at a great price just went from 1 in 10 to 1 in 3. Would you rather compete with 10 people or would you rather compete with 3 people? Trust me on this. Lousy pictures may be a gold mine for you to connect to your dream home. So when you're working with me, I'm going to ask you to take just a minute or 2 and analyze the listing. Ask yourself several questions based on your particulars before you make a snap judgment based on the photos. Because you may find a home where the pictures are terrible, but for those who are working with me, know that may mean less competition and a better price for you as my buyer. And just a reminder, when you go to denverhomesmarket.com, you are only talking to me. I have zero intention of selling your data to anyone. Unlike those national real estate sites, I make my living helping people just like you buy and sell their homes. I do not data mine just so I can turn around and sell your personal information and search habits for profit by way of advertising. What I do is I provide a website for you to use as an easy-to-use real estate platform, which is directly licensed through my paid professional database and is hosted through a locally sourced web host. This way, you have access to much of the same data and much of the same format as professional realtors here in the Denver area. Then, of course, when you're ready to make a move, whether that be buying, selling, or both buying and selling your home, just know when you call on me, you are never passed off to a team member or a partner or even a transaction coordinator. I just do not operate in that manner. I am my own brand. If you have worked with me in the past, then you know from the very first contact we make throughout the entire buying and or selling process, each step of the way, I'm right there with my clients. You have my direct cell phone at all times. I wake up around 7 a.m., I grab my coffee and my phone. That phone is nearby until about 10 p.m. when I plug my phone into charge and I go to bed. When it comes time to meet with the title company and our closer, I'm right there to help answer any questions you may have, make sure all of our ducks are in a row for the closing process. And then after your transaction, our relationship never ends. If you need something, you know you can count on me to be there to help you with any questions or advice you may be seeking. I have clients I have known for years. I am their realtor and their real estate advisor, even friends. That is what you get when you hire me. I have been in the real estate business dating back to 2003. I want you to have no hesitation, whether we have spoke recently or somehow we lost touch and have not had contact for a while. I want you to always know you can count on me to be there, whether you're thinking of buying or selling, or you just have a question. I'm always there for my clients. 720-688-5110. That is my number. Thank you for taking time during this very different Thanksgiving. I know many have opted not to visit family and are staying only with your immediate friends and family. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you have any questions regarding real estate, don't hesitate to give me a call. I hope you all enjoy yourselves, and I look forward to having you all join me here next week. Remember, just ask your smart speaker, please play my podcast, The Denver Homes Market Report. This is Ricky Schoonover of Mode Real Estate. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.